Hello, everyone. Today we'll be discussing opiates and opioids using this slide. We'll focus on morphine, how it interacts with the body's opioid receptors, the process of pain transmission, and the critical role of Narcan in reversing opioid overdoses. Let's start with morphine, shown in the top left corner. This is its chemical structure. Morphine is a naturally occurring opiate extracted from the opium poppy and is part of a class of compounds known as alkaloids. The specific arrangement of atoms, including the hydroxyl groups, the OH, and the tertiary amine, where you see the NCH3, allows morphine to bind to opioid receptors in the brain and spinal cord, which reduces the sensation of pain. Now, onto the opioid receptor structure in the top right corner. This shows a G protein coupled receptor, GPCR. The primary target for opioids like morphine. Morphine primarily interacts with the mu opioid receptor. Although it also affects the kappa and the sigma receptors, when morphine binds to these receptors, it triggers a structural change in the receptor, setting off a series of intracellular events that decrease the transmission of pain signals. Next, let's look at synaptic mechanism in the lower left corner. Morphine affects both presynaptic and postsynaptic neurons. In the presynaptic neuron, it decreases calcium influx, which reduces the release of neurotransmitters, preventing pain signals from traveling up the spinal cord. On the postsynaptic side, morphine increases potassium efflux, leading to hyperpolarization, which reduces the neuron's ability to generate an action potential. This twofold mechanism diminishes pain perception. However, as many of you know and have seen on medical dramas like Grey's Anatomy or Chicago Med, opioids like morphine can be dangerous in high doses. We often see Narcan, like in the lower left corner, being used in those intense emergency room scenes. Narcan, naloxone, is a lifesaver, literally. It's an opioid antagonist, which means it binds to opioid receptors but doesn't activate them. By displacing opioids from the receptors, Narcan rapidly reverses overdose symptoms, especially respiratory depression, which can be fatal. The nasal spray form, shown here, allows first responders and even bystanders to quickly administer it during an opioid overdose, saving lives in minutes. In conclusion, morphine is an incredibly effective pain reliever, but with great power comes great responsibility. Its misuse can be fatal. That's where Narcan steps in, acting as a safety net in overdose situations, something we've all seen dramatized in medical TV shows, but which is very real and crucial in everyday medical practice. Thank you for your attention.